It looks pretty rickety, but we've crashed it a total of 3 times where it's actually flipped end over end. And the only thing that broke was the engine, which was the one part that we didn't build. So we're pretty happy about that. And we figure if you're not crashing it, you don't know what's going to fail. And every time we crash it, we fix something and make it a little better, a little faster, and a little bit lighter. So we've gotten a kick out of it, and other people seem to as well. A lot of smiles and thumbs up going down the road. And it's loud, and it gets people's attention.
That's really all you can ask for when it comes down to it. A lot of people walk up and say, "Oh, does this bit work? Does this bit work?" And it's all functional. Everything's there for a purpose, and it's what we built it for. So.
Hi, my name is Andrew Hopkins from Bixby Moto, and this is...
My name is Brody Cox from Bixby Moto.
And everyone likes to call us affectionately the Bixby Moto Boys because we like to get into a little tomfoolery. We're here in Fountain Valley, California, and we're going to show you our Death Dealer 2. It's a modified Honda Z50 1972 that Brody Cox found in a dumpster.
Yeah, I went ahead. I went up to L.A., found it in a dumpster in a friend of mine's garage, and just pretty much pulled it out of the dumpster, put it in a truck, thought nothing of it, brought the frame back here, and took a look at it and said, yeah, we can do something with that.
Yeah, he basically brought it to the shop one day, kind of threw it in the corner, and where space is a premium, I was kind of a little bummed at first, but then a couple days went by and we figured, hey, why not build this into something? We had an engine that was kind of sitting around from a crashed scooter, so it was kind of sitting next to the frame. We figured, hey, why not try to graft an engine into a frame without one? And it's kind of how this project began. Cut the bottom of the frame off, and from there, just kind of turned into a wild, crazy project that we never thought would ever turn into this. But hey, it was fun, and we get to ride it a lot, and people seem to get a kick out of it. From the front half here is completely, we grafted on a later model frame here to get the street legality issue sorted. So this bike is actually street legal by about that much. We're running fatter mags in the front. Normally this would have been like a 2-piece rim. So to save some weight and make it a little easier to change tires, we're running a fatter wheel to run a fatter tire. We actually have a hydraulic disc brake in the front instead of the old drum brakes. We're also running a traditional fork with dampening instead of just having the old pogo stick style suspension on the old Z50s. Probably one of the most eye-catching features of the bike up here is the horizontally mounted shock. This is actually for the rear suspension, and it does work. It's got a machined aircraft aluminum strut here that Brody actually machined for us. We got the seat, which doubles as a gas tank. We tried to do as many double features as possible, so if something could do 2 functions, then it kind of saved a little bit of weight and looked trick at the same time. So we figured fuel and the gas is in the seat. We got kind of a Ricky Bobby exhaust here. It's got no baffling or anything in it. We just kind of gutted a Honda Rebel exhaust that we had laying around. From the bottom half here, we chopped the frame off and made our own engine mount, and we mounted a scooter engine, which started life as a 150. It's all automatic, no clutch. And we ended up bumping it up to a 180cc. Made quite a difference because we're overloaded with 2 people.
Yeah, the sidecar was all custom done here. We just went ahead and got a bunch of scrap steel that was laying around, welded it into a sidecar here. Ended up using, I think this is an 8-inch rim from a Z50 here. Bolted that onto the side, made the axle, set it in bearings, ended up welding the plate to the back, and put a little bit of cork on the inside here. And we used a scooter side panel, actually, that we do all our own artwork and everything, and with every race that we go to, and we end up crashing it and cracking it up, so we started a bit of a collection there. But yeah, we'll put a bunch of artwork, emblazon our logo across the side, and yeah, it's working out pretty well so far.
Every time we take the bike out and race it, because we built this bike for racing, it's not just a showpiece, we end up either crashing or running into somebody or decking a wall or something, and we end up smashing the side panel. So every time we race, we pretty much do a different artwork on it. We also made it so the seat the pan of the seat slides out with 4 bolts. You pop it off, slides off the back. That way we actually, when we go on rides and stuff, we can put a toolbox in there, a toolbox, a cooler. So on this side of the bike, we figure that side's the party, and this side's all business over here. There's nothing for show, it's all go. So we actually, we have you'll notice the carburetor is facing the wrong direction. It's because we had clearance issue. So the carburetor's machismo facing forward there. And we actually made a battery box here. So we have all of our electronics we can remove with 2 screws. And it's got our regulator rectifier, it's got the battery, and it's got the coil mounted all to one unit. Again, trying to do double duty with everything, not making a bunch of brackets to mount stuff. One battery box holds everything. And so I'd talk a little bit about probably the most eye-catching part of the bike, which is this horizontally mounted shock. We mount it like that because we had a big gap here with nothing to fill because our fuel tank's in the back. And it's fully adjustable, so while you're riding you can kind of adjust the preload and dampening. But it does work. It's Brody here machined a strut out of aluminum, aircraft grade aluminum, and it goes up to this bracket, which translates it into a horizontal force, and it actually does work. I'll show you here. So it's sprung pretty heavy for 2 people because we're usually, when we're racing it, we're overloaded with two up. Yeah, it's kind of a crazy feature that I haven't really seen on too many motorcycles. Usually it's like a F1 style suspension. And we just figured that's one of those things where I wouldn't say it necessarily benefits the bike, but visually it's pretty cool looking. Over here we have, because it is a scooter engine, it's actually CVT, so there's no clutch, it's gas and go. The pilot really just has to worry about gas and then brakes. It's a little scary sometimes because we got this part spinning pretty fast. It's got a fan on it, and if you're not paying attention, your boot will kind of bounce off of it, and it reminds you real quick that it does bite. So, but yeah, it's I wouldn't say it's a safe bike, but it's a fun bike, and we enjoy it. Anything you want to add there, sir?
No, aside from the fact that if we could build another one, we would.
And we probably just might.